Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so I wrote a script for this video and I don't normally write scripts for videos, so bear with me as I read it while I'm talking. Also, I'm filming on my laptop instead of my phone today, so the quality is a little poorer than usual. It's back to what it was. I'm doing that just so I can insert clips from other things. So, SuperCarlinBrothers are generally one of my favorite channels, but sometimes they can say things that are slightly misguided. Before I get into this video, I want to put a disclaimer that I'm not trying to diss the talented SuperCarlinBrothers, but they have brought up a point in one of their latest videos that I want to talk about, and they were talking about heterochromia. Specifically the heterochromia of Gellert Grindelwald in the Fantastic Beasts series. One thing in particular made me cringe more than I'd ever cringed before.
But today, we have a new thought. The condition of having two mismatched colored eyes is known as heterochromia, and it's a pretty rare condition. But do you know what the main cause of heterochromia is? Inbreeding. Yeah.
Normally I wouldn't care about what other YouTubers put on their channels, but because of the reach that the SuperCarlinBrothers have through their many social media platforms, they reach such a broad range of people. Anyways, so that misconception by the SuperCarlinBrothers can lead to that same misconception in their 1,805,490 subscribers, which is a lot of people to all be having a misconception about heterochromia. So I just want to say right now, heterochromia is not, I repeat, not caused by inbreeding. I'm not saying it can't be, but in humans, I just no. No. I happen to have heterochromia, and I can guarantee as a dichromatic-eyed person that you can have this mutation without imitating the marriage practices of European royalty or pure-blood wizards in J.K. Rowling's world. Using online tools like Family Search, I happen to have done extensive genealogy research, and I've actually got this genealogy fan on my wall above the couch. If I just take off these cobwebs from it, because I'm filming this in October, so I have my Halloween decorations all up, I can show you all that my ancestors, which is this side of the fan, because this side of the fan is my husband's family, but my ancestors happen not only to be unrelated, but from different European countries, such as Switzerland, Ireland, Finland, a lot of lands. My point being that if we were to believe heterochromia only has one cause, and that cause be inbreeding, it could lead to a lot of prejudice and misjudging of dichromatic-eyed people, such as myself. Now, I do want to clarify, inbreeding does cause mutations in genes.
But from what I know about genetic defects, Mulder, it's unlikely that child is the result of a single polygenic mating.
We should let local authorities investigate that.
Those defects, Mulder, are autosomal dominant disorders. And from the degree, I'd say mutations that go back many generations.
And heterochromia is a mutation.
Name's Xavier. Charles Xavier. How do you do?
Amy.
Heterochromia is in reference to your eyes, which I have to say are stunning. One green, one blue. It's a mutation. It's a very groovy mutation. I've got news for you, Amy. You are a mutant.
First you proposition a girl, and then you call her deformed. How is that seduction technique working for you?
I'll tell you in the morning. No, seriously though, you mustn't knock it. Mutation took us from single-celled organisms to being the dominant form of reproductive life on this planet. Infinite forms of variation with each generation, all through mutation.
Now, earlier I mentioned that inbreeding in animals does cause heterochromia, and that statement is backed up by a quick search on the matter, leading me to find this. Quote, having different colored eyes is very rare in humans, It actually usually only occurs in animals like huskies, cats, or horses because of inbreeding, but it did happen to people like David Bowie and Christopher Walken, unquote. Also people like me, my father's sister, and my mother's sister actually married a man that also had heterochromia. So I have, including myself, 3 cases of it within my extended family. I'll continue reading. Quote, okay, so heterochromia tends to happen when something has gone wrong in making the eye color, or if the body shuts off a gene in some cells of the body. Heterochromia can be the result of too much pigment in the iris or not enough in one of the eyes. This can happen either because of genetics or some type of injury. When there is too much pigment, the iris, it results in a brown eye, and when there is not enough or a little amount, it results in a blue eye. The pigment is made in cells called melanocytes. If anything happens that could affect the health of one of these cells, it won't have pigments, which will make the eye blue. So what that's saying is basically that eye color can be different just because of different pigmentation in different genes controlling the eyes, shutting off some or adding more to another. I'll continue reading that now. Quote, another way you could end up having different eye colors is having 2 different eye color genes. How is this possible? Well, let me explain. According to the tech.org, melanocytes are made in the growing fetus, an unborn baby. Once they are made, they have to migrate to the right spots, such as the skin and the eyes. If something affects their growth or their ability to travel, then they die off, to end up making pigments in the right place. Melanocytes need a variety of signals from other cells. This network of cells is pretty easily disrupted. For example, if a fetus suffers from some type of head injury, it could kill some important cells that help the melanocytes develop. The third way you could end up with different eye colors is being diagnosed with Waardenburg syndrome. That's when mutation in certain genes that cause some melanocytes to get lost on their way to where they're supposed to go. Some people with this syndrome can end up with an eye that has no pigments, a blue eye, or a patch of skin that is not the same color as your regular skin. Unquote. That last part is also known as chimerism, which is where you have those 2 different genes, and that can result in people not only having different eye colors, but different color skins on different parts of their body. It's really cool. If you want to go look up chimerism, I fully support you in doing so. It's amazing what you can see out there. Anyways, I'll link the resource that came from down below. In short, I just don't want people walking around thinking that because others have the genetic mutation of heterochromia that they're thus inbred. Please don't believe that. I'm not saying that the fictional character of Grindelwald isn't in the series. We can't know that for sure until next month when the 2nd film comes out. But I'm saying if he is, it's still probably not what gives him heterochromia. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'd love to do a part 2 on this video, discussing literary and cinematic characters with heterochromia and explore how dichromatic eyes are perceived by the general public. If you want that video, please tell me in the comments below. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and be sure to subscribe for more. Have a great day. Bye. I'm just going to lean in closer now so that you can actually see the different colors of my eyes. I'm sorry if this is really weird, but I realized that half of my face was in the shadows, so you couldn't actually see my heterochromia. So I do have a blue eye and a green eye, and it has a little bit of blue up there, but I just call it my green eye because I don't want to call it my rainbow eye. That's weird.